You know, in today's world of B2B sales, getting predictable growth can feel like you're chasing a moving target. It really comes down to speed, relevance, and consistency. That's what separates the winners from everyone else. So how do you actually build a sales engine that doesn't just keep up, but actually leads the charge? Let's dive into the challenges and, more importantly, the solutions in today's sales landscape.
So, does this question hit a little too close to home? You know the feeling. One month you're absolutely crushing your targets, and the next you're scrambling just to get a meeting on the books. If your pipeline feels more like a roller coaster than a steady climb, trust me, you are not alone. But the real reason for that unpredictability might not be what you think it is.
The hard truth is, the entire sales playbook has been completely rewritten. The old way of doing things, manual prospecting, slow follow-ups, and those generic one-size-fits-all messages, it's broken. Now, the new way is incredibly powerful, but it brings its own set of challenges. It's all about using automation to be fast and using data to be super relevant. But getting that balance right, that's the real trick.
All right, so let's start by really digging into the core problem here, what we're calling the modern sales grind. Look, sales teams are burning out. They're spending hours, countless hours, manually searching for leads, crafting messages that just get lost in this massive sea of digital noise. And what's the result? Prospects ghost you, leads go cold, and the team gets stuck in this exhausting cycle of just being busy. But that activity doesn't actually translate into revenue. So you might be asking, why is this all happening right now? Well, the cause is a really fundamental shift in the market itself.
So what's driving this huge shift? It really boils down to one simple thing. Today's B2B buyers are just smarter. They're flooded with messages every single day. And because of that, they've developed this incredibly fine-tuned filter for anything that isn't immediately valuable to them. They expect you to be relevant, or they'll just tune you out instantly.
Okay, now this is where things get really interesting. The solution to this modern grind isn't just to work harder, it's to work a whole lot smarter with a purpose-built AI-powered SDR engine. And for anyone who's not familiar, SDR stands for Sales Development Representative. Those are the folks right on the front lines of prospecting. This engine basically automates their most time-consuming, soul-crushing tasks. And that brings us to Codagentic.
I'd like to introduce you to Codagentic because we believe in happy AI together.
It's an AI-powered service that's designed to run your entire sales development process from beginning to end. Just think of it like a dedicated, tireless SDR team that literally never sleeps.
The real value here, the big idea, is all about focus. By automating all that top-of-funnel work, the prospecting, the outreach, the endless follow-ups, it completely frees up your highly skilled and highly paid sales reps to do what they do best, building relationships and closing deals.
Okay, so that all sounds pretty great, right? But how does it actually work? Let's break down the process behind this engine. The entire system can be boiled down into this powerful four-step flywheel. It all starts by detecting who is actually in the market to buy right now. Then, it researches them deeply, personalizes every single message, and finally, engages them across all the channels they actually use. And the best part? This cycle just runs continuously, getting smarter and smarter over time. Now, that detection phase is absolutely key. Most outreach fails because it's aimed at people who just aren't looking to buy. Codagentic completely flips that around by tracking live signals. Things like a prospect visiting your pricing page, a company hiring for a key role, or even a competitor's technology being dropped. This makes sure you're always talking to the right people at exactly the right time. And the personalization here, it goes way, way beyond just plugging in a first name. The AI generates messages that actually reflect the prospect's specific context, their role, their company's recent news, and it even matches your brand's unique tone of voice. The goal is simple, for every single message to feel like a one-to-one, handcrafted note.
Codagentic then takes that personalized message and executes the outreach across multiple channels in a really coordinated way. We're not talking about just spamming email and then spamming LinkedIn separately. No, this is a unified strategy that creates a natural conversation, meeting the prospect wherever they happen to be most active.
We all know this is painfully true, right? A hot lead comes in, but the follow-up's a little slow or inconsistent, and just like that, the deal dies. It's so frustrating. Well, Codagentic solves this by handling follow-ups, answering common questions, and even managing objections all on its own. It just keeps the conversation going until a clear outcome is reached, making sure no opportunity is ever missed.
So, we've seen the process, we've seen how it works. But what does all of this actually lead to? Let's talk about the real outcome. turning all this cool automation into actual revenue.
Now this right here, this highlights a really critical distinction. Look, anyone can automate sending 1,000 emails. That's just automation for activity. It makes you feel busy. This is about creating a system that intelligently generates qualified meetings and real, measurable pipeline. That's automation for revenue. Big difference.
Let's just look at the numbers for a second, because they tell a pretty clear story. A traditional SDR team, well, that comes with expensive salaries, it's super difficult to scale up or down, and you're often locked into long-term commitments with a really slow return on your investment. The Codagentic service model just flips that whole script. You get a fixed price, unlimited scalability, no long-term contracts, and a much faster path to ROI. You're not investing in headcount, you're investing in outcomes.
And these are the kinds of tangible results that clients actually see. First meetings are booked way faster, sometimes within just a few days. Reply and engagement rates shoot up because the outreach is just so relevant. All of this lowers your cost per meeting, makes your pipeline far more predictable, and of course, saves your sales team an enormous amount of time.
So what's the big takeaway from all of this? What should you walk away with? Well, what we're looking at here is nothing less than the future of sales development.
You see, success in modern B2B sales isn't about brute force anymore. It really boils down to these 4 pillars: reaching prospects with perfect timing, delivering a message with undeniable relevance, maintaining flawless consistency in your follow-up, and then executing all of it at scale. An AI engine like Codagentic is literally built from the ground up to deliver on all 4 automatically.
So I'll leave you with this question to think about. What would it mean for your business, for your revenue, and for your team's sanity if your best people could stop chasing leads and instead spend 100% of their time focused on the one thing they do best: closing deals?